Hi, I'm Rich Torrey. Welcome to another Level Up Cartooning. All you ever need to follow along with me is a pencil and paper. It doesn't get any easier than that, right? If you've been with me this month, then you know we've been drawing characters from some of the shows that populated the early golden years of the Nickelodeon network. We started with characters from Doug, then Ren and Stimpy. And last week, we started drawing characters from Rugrats. Created by the mega successful team of Klasky Csupo, Rugrats ran for 13 seasons, along with 3 movies and a successful spin-off, All Grown Up. Being that Rugrats has so many great characters, I've had to split it into a few lessons. Last week we drew Tommy, Chucky, along with Tommy's dog Spike. This week I thought we'd draw some of the great girl characters, starting with Tommy Pickles' cousin, the deliciously loathsome Angelica Pickles. One of the original Rugrats characters, Angelica is the main antagonist on the show, a role that originally was going to go to Chucky. But when that plan was scrapped, Chucky became the shy, often timid character he's known to be, and Angelica stepped in as the bossy, spoiled brat who always wants to get her way and constantly bullies the other babies and toddlers. We'll also be drawing Susie Carmichael, who joined Rugrats in season 2 when she and her parents moved across the street from the Pickles. She's sort of the polar opposite of Angelica. In other words, she's really nice. And finally, we'll draw Kimi Finster, Chucky's stepsister, first introduced in the movie Rugrats in Paris. Okay, but before we get started, make sure you hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button, as it helps this channel to grow, and hit the bell so you never miss a lesson. All right then, what do you say we get started drawing from Rugrats, Angelica, Susie, and Kimi? We're going to draw Angelica, Susie, and Kimi step by step, giving you the secret formula to be able to draw them again and again. If you've watched my other videos, you know I normally use the character's head to figure out how big the entire character is. In the case of most of the kid characters in Rugrats, they're all roughly a little over 2 heads tall. In other words, however tall their heads are, their entire bodies are just over 2 of those tall. Okay, so what do you say we draw the roadmap for Angelica, Susie, and Kimi from Rugrats? Okay, so there's a roadmap for Angelica, Susie, and Kimi. Now, before we go on to step 2, I want to give you the layout of our 3 characters' simple shapes for those of you who want to screen grab. Again, just something to help you envision how to lay out your drawing. Now we're on to step 2. In this step, we do what I call roughing out the features. I want to remind you that until the 3rd and final step, you want to draw as light as possible. You'll see that I use guidelines to help me know how to construct Angelica, Susie, and Kimi. We don't want those guidelines in the final drawing, so you want to draw them light enough to be able to erase them easily. Okay, so let's rough out the features for Angelica, Susie, and Kimi. Okay, so there are the roughed out features for Angelica, Susie, and Kimi from Rugrats. So now with the roadmap done and the features roughed out, it's time for that final step. In step 3, we get to have fun. We get to draw in the final details of our 3 characters from Rugrats. We don't have to guess where to put things because we've already done all the hard work figuring that out. As I often say, I want you to be present, and what I mean by that is you don't want to just mindlessly retrace over the lines you've already drawn. As you're drawing the final lines of Angelica, Susie, and Kimi, you want to be thinking about how you might improve them, staying vigilant until the very end. Okay? So let's draw in the details for Angelica, Susie, and Kimi from Rugrats. And that's how you do it. There you have it. Angelica Pickles, Susie Carmichael, and Kimi Finster from the Nickelodeon classic Rugrats. So how do you think you did? Understand, if you've never drawn any of these characters from Rugrats before, then you can't expect to have drawn them perfectly. You notice I don't spend time coloring our 3 characters during this video because I want my lesson to focus solely on the drawing process. Now you have the secret formula, the process for drawing Angelica, Susie, and Kimi. And with that, you can draw them again and again, and by all means color them when you're done. I promise each time you draw them, it'll be a little better and a little easier. I also promise the more you work with me, the better you're going to get at all of your cartoon characters. So I'd love to see your drawings of our 3 girls from Rugrats. If you can, take a picture and post it on either Facebook or Instagram. And don't forget to include the hashtag #LevelUpCartooning. I hope you had as much fun as I did with this one. Remember to subscribe and thanks for joining me. Until next time, keep drawing, my friends.